On today's episode of the Gamer Girl podcast, Elizabeth and Madison discuss their top 10 regional Pokémon variants. Today's episode of the Gamer Girl podcast, I am your host, Elizabeth, joined by my fabulous co-host, Maddie.
Hello.
So, today we are talking about the Splatoon 3 Direct, about Pokémon Presents, and about our top 10 regional Pokémon variants, which is based off of recent news from the Pokémon Scarlet and Violet trailer we got during the Pokémon Presents. So, before we jump right in, is there anything you would like to add, Maddie?
Oh, are we doing icebreaker question?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have one. Do you have one?
I do.
Okay,
and
what's today's icebreaker?
It has a story. Before I just ask you a random question about cheesecake, there's a reason.
Okay.
Okay. So, basically, I am making cheesecake for the very first time in my life this weekend.
Fine.
But it might not be, because it is healthier cheesecake. Okay? And here's why. So, my family has been trying to eat healthier, and my mom's birthday is coming up. What is that face?
The fingers. The very intense business deal face for our listeners.
Suspense.
Hmm.
So, my mom's birthday is coming up, and she was like, she didn't want any cake or anything, because she's trying to be healthy. And I was like, that is depressing and sad. So, I'm gonna make something, and I don't know if it'll be good, but I'm making this healthy cheesecake version that's got like almond flour and the coconut milk yogurt and stuff. So
it's not real cheesecake.
So anyway, with that, what is your favorite flavor / kind of cheesecake?
Okay, so it's actually a tie for me between cheesecake covered with like strawberries, like with that are like the soft strawberries. Delicious. Like just a original cheesecake with some strawberries on it. Or my second cousin, she makes this delicious cheesecake, and it has this lemon bar crust on the bottom. It is delicious.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it so much.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. Or chocolate cheesecake's pretty good. It depends on who makes it, but
that's what I was gonna say. I like a good chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So chocolate cheesecake is your favorite cheesecake, I'm guessing? Or is there any other flavor that you like?
Well, honestly, I like I think every kind I've ever tried I like. Like, I can't think of any that I just don't, because they're all good. I feel like, for me, cheesecake and ice cream are like two desserts that just every version of it is just great. So yeah.
So, next we're gonna... Should we do the question first, or should we do the review first? Because we got 2 questions and we got a review. Which one do you think we should do first?
Let's start with the review.
Okay. So, over on Apple Podcasts, hey, maybe we can get a streak going again. So go leave
Yeah.
a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, guys. But,
Or anywhere.
so, we got a interesting username here. The Thick Idiot. So,
Oh, okay. That's funny.
so, they say perfection is the title of the review. I've
Wow.
tried listening to other gaming podcasts like Game Scoop, but this one, in my opinion, is better due to 1, you don't need to know what happened last time to know what's going on. 2, it's relatively chill and it's really easy to grasp what's going on. And 3, it's overall just fun to wake up, go make yourself breakfast, and just put this on and just enjoy it. Thank you, the Thick
Love
Idiot.
this.
We appreciate
you.
it. We're
And
better
that is
than
such a
other gaming
vibe.
podcasts.
I like how they're just throwing Game Scoop under the bus. Just like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Horrible
That is such
podcast.
a vibe. That is such a vibe. Wake up, get breakfast, and put this on.
Yeah.
Which is what I do with other podcasts sometimes. So.
Yeah. I'll usually put them on in the morning. Usually like bus rides, lunch. During lunch I'll put them on.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch YouTube, but you want to have you don't just want to be sitting there with your own thoughts, because your own thoughts can be scary.
Yeah, I've got to be consuming other thoughts.
Yeah, I gotta consume those other thoughts.
Yeah.
So, thank you, the Thick Idiot, for that 5-star review.
Yeah.
We should get a streak going again, guys. We should get a streak going again.
Yeah. Tell your friends and whoever you know that listens to this or should listen to this. Write a review. Write a review before you've even listened. That's because it's perfection.
Well, honestly, you can't leave a 5-star rating unless you've listened to an episode. Just say you've played the episode. Just say you've played the episode. I mean, if you're listening to this episode, then hey, there you go. Just go leave a 5-star rating on Spotify.
What? Pokemon Scarlet? Segway! I'm just
Segway. Well, questions actually are related to Pokemon, to an extent. But, So first, we have Andros from the Nintendo Pals podcast, which is a good podcast. They're trying to take over the world, but we need to take it over before them, which is why. And they have a year head start on us. So leave those 5-star reviews so we can catch up and destroy the Nintendo Pals podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
We've taken on the challenge.
That we probably won't win, but whatever. Anyway, Andros, who co-hosts the Nintendo Pals podcast. My question would be, what regional variants would you most want for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? So, Maddie, what regional variant for a Pokemon would you want the most in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
So, okay. I want to make this a fun game for you and the listeners to guess the Pokemon. Okay? It's from your favorite region. It's a Gen 3 Pokemon.
Owen?
Yes, it is sort of, it's based on a duck and a yokai, and it has a hat that is like a lily pad sombrero.
I think I have it.
Dances.
Lotad. It's the Lotad Lombre Ludicolo line, isn't it?
Yes.
Could be really cool. So do you have like an idea for it? Like how it would change? Typing?
So for Lotad and Lombre, I don't really know, because Ludicolo was my first thought, and then I was kind of like, well, it wouldn't really make sense for just Ludicolo to change. Like, I feel like the whole line should be different, or it would just look weird depending on how they changed it. So originally, I was like, I'm gonna, like, draw a Fakemon regional variant idea, but you don't want to see it.
Oh,
It
is it
maybe
that
maybe it's not that bad,
bad?
but I'm just gonna describe the idea, and then maybe later I'll try to make it better, and then I'll show you.
Okay. Good deal.
But anyway, so I feel like, well, since the Paldea region
Aldea.
Paldea is based on Spain and Portugal, that with Ludicolo already like having a sombrero type thing
Yeah.
kind of is already a head start into making this design fit with that region. But
Right.
then I thought I want it to have confetti for some reason. Like, imagine like the top of its head being like these like confetti. Okay.
Oh man.
And then imagine incorporating a burrito into the design.
Oh man. Man. Well, it's already a burrito, so.
I know. So it's already the shape. So it's like, just I don't know, just make it look more like a I almost thought, which I was like, this is horrible, no. But I almost thought what would be hilarious is if it didn't have its arms or legs anymore and it just bounced around.
Like a jelly bean? It's just a giant bouncing jelly bean. Man.
No, I don't really want them to do that, but it would be funny. Because when I was drawing it, I was having trouble making the legs and arms work. So I was like, what if it just didn't have any?
Oh man.
So I don't know if that's really what I want them to do with the line, like my ideas, but at the same time, I want the Lotad line to get something because I like it. So yeah, what are your ideas?
So mine is also a Hoenn Pokemon. It's
Okay.
Tropius.
Okay.
Little man with a little flying grass thing with a nice little banana beard. But I was thinking what it could be is it could be a tree that grows in Spain area, because that's where Paldea is based.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm probably gonna butcher the name. Oh wait, no, it has it English. Phew. The cork oak. I feel like that could be kind of cool if they did. I'll show you the photo. But like, do it sort of like that. I don't know if there's a plant in Spain that has fruit on it. But or a jacaranda tree, which has like really pretty purple.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, just Tropius, which I feel like it doesn't really get that much love.
Yeah. Yeah, Tropius is interesting because it doesn't have any evolutions or come from any pre-evolutions, which it looks like it would have pre-evolutions.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. But I feel like back in the day it would have been cool for it to get a Mega Evolution or a Gigantamax.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna. We'll talk about the Terra, whatever that's called.
Terra crystallization.
Because those Pokemon, they're not gonna. I don't think they're making special design, like extra, like Mega Evolution does and stuff. That's separate topic, but
that's once we get into breaking it down. So, great question, Andros. Next we have from Presto the Magnificent, which he recently started a podcast called Off the Wah, W-H-W-A-H, at like Waluigi. Waluigi's favorite catchphrase. Which that's a pretty good podcast. You should also go check out. But we started like a year before them, which means we can't let them take over the world. We have to take over the world. We got a head start ahead of them. We can't let them catch up to us. We want to catch up to the Nintendo pals, but we can't let Off the Wah catch up to us. But
it's become a competition. I don't know.
Podcast, it's all about the competition. You gotta get the good podcasts.
We're supposed to be a happy, just community supporting each other. We're over here like, victory!
Well, there is healthy competition, and it'll just make us do better at our job.
Yeah, we're gonna study the YouTube algorithms for this. We're gonna do it all.
Yes. But anyway, Presto the Magnificent asks, what's your least favorite regional variant? This was easy for me. Do you want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm curious if ours are the same or not. I wasn't sure if mine was controversial, so I'm curious.
Do you want me to go first then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
The entire Slowbro. Galarian Slowbro. I don't like it. All they did was slap some yellow on the Slowbro. Okay, so the Slowpoke. It's Slowpoke. Slowpoke, they just slapped yellow on. Slowbro does look a little cool because it's got the arm bit on rather than the tail.
Yeah. I don't like the Slowking.
The Slowking looks like it had some fun. A little too much fun. We gotta keep it PG, Maddie. But it looks like the Slowking had a little too much fun. But the Slowpoke, they just slapped yellow on. And the Slowking, they were just like, we're gonna make him look crazy. Slowbro, I do like it. Like I said, the shell on its hand, I do like that. But, so, what's your least favorite regional variant, Maddie?
Alolan Persian. Because it's Persian, but a grayish, I don't even know, like purplish gray or something.
Yeah.
With an uncomfortably round face.
Yeah, the face definitely does it for me.
It's like
they made it too big.
It's like this cool, wild, majestic cat, but then its face is like a chubby kid, like a baby, it's so like round and like I don't understand.
Yeah, I do like the Meowth. But then they messed up the Persian.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I should look into if there's some sort of like lore behind that, because a lot of times, even when Pokemon designs come off looking just really strange, they usually have like really interesting meanings behind it. But I don't know because I haven't looked it up, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's supposed to be royal, but thanks for the questions, Andros and Presto. Thanks again for the review, the Thick Idiot. You guys should go leave reviews on 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. I can't talk right now. Hopefully it's not like this the entire podcast, because that would be horrible.
That'd be an issue. Can't talk.
So,
what are you doing? Just kidding.
So without further ado, how about we jump into that Pokemon Presents?
So
Oh wait, no, wait, we forgot a segment. We forgot one segment. We forgot our new What You Playin'.
oh yeah.
What have you been playing lately, Maddie? Before we get into the news and discussion
Okay.
part. What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Okay, so first, I this past week, Tetris 99 was doing an event where you could get some of the themes that you missed out on.
Nice.
I think it was Monday through Friday. Can you hear my dog in the background?
I can't.
Okay, that's good. It's both of my dogs. They're loud. Okay. So Tetris 99. I think it was Monday through Friday they were doing you could get like themes that you missed. I only did Monday and Tuesday because then I forgot after that. But that's okay. I got the Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and the Miitopia one. I don't know
Nice.
what the other ones were, but that was fun. I played a little bit of Triangle Strategy, not a lot. I got stuck in a fight and then I just got frustrated and I don't know. I'll get there eventually. The
I know.
thing, well, we should talk a little bit about the Mario Kart 8 the new tracks. I played
About that. Because
so
everyone's
much
playing
Mario
for a
Kart.
week ago.
Yeah, a lot of things happened in the past 2 weeks. It's like, what in the
Yeah.
world?
I'm like, we should have done 2 episodes. We should have done an episode last week. I don't think you could record though, but
Yeah, I was out of town until this
yeah.
last weekend, so yeah. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I played all the tracks one night, all the new tracks. I really liked them. But then I I was um it was on like Sunday that me and Scarlett, aka Scarf96 is her username in the Discord. We were
Yeah.
trash talking each other in Mario Kart about our Mario Kart skills, and I was like, well, something needs to happen. We need to prove who is the ultimate victor in Mario Kart. So I was like,
Oh man.
what if we played every race in the game in one sitting? Every single, which in my mind, I guess I vastly underestimate how many courses there are. I was like, that should take like a couple hours, right? Like maybe 3 hours? No.
See where you're
We,
playing on though.
what CC?
Yeah.
150.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you were playing on 50cc, I could see it taking a while. But
Oh my goodness.
150cc, I'm surprised it took that long. Should
It
have
took,
gone with 200.
no,
That's how you
no,
really see who's the best.
listen, I know, but look, okay, I'll admit I lost by a ton, okay? I'll admit it. I'm not the best at Mario Kart. I can admit it now because we did every race. 200cc, it probably would have been worse. But anyway, no, we started at 9 p.m. my time. We finished at 1:30 a.m. my time.
Oh man, I'm glad I wasn't able to play. That
Well,
would have been 2:30 my time.
yeah, I I I messaged every Discord that I'm in, and we had a few people jump in for a little bit. We actually, for the whole time, which I was shocked because it was a Sunday night, for the whole time we had at least 4 to 5 people
Oh man,
racing with
that's
us, which
crazy.
I was super impressed by that. I was shocked. I mean, towards the end, I think there was really like three of us, but still, still. I mean, people in earlier time zones are like, this is nothing. I'm like, I wish I was in Pacific time right now. Uh, anyway, yeah, so I went on a tangent about that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, every track in the game. I was questioning all of my life choices while doing that, by the way. And then I did a tiny bit of Ring Fit just because. But the big thing that I started yesterday, Xenoblade Chronicles. So I'd been wanting to start it for a while and then was finally like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. And so I played for a little over an hour, so not a lot. But I got through the prologue in the first chapter and I looked it up and there's 8 chapters. So I'm like, 100-hour RPG, what? So I'm sure I just got through the introductory stuff and then it's about to get like big and whatever. A lot harder and stuff. I mean, it seems interesting. The story seems interesting. I like the combat system. I haven't played a lot of action RPGs, so I'm excited. It seems fun, and I'm excited because everyone's talking about Xenoblade 3 right now, and I'm like, I know some people just jump straight into Xenoblade 3, but I was like, I want to start with the first one and see, like, how much I like the franchise and then just go from there.
Right.
So yeah. What have you been playing?
You. So, as of recording this, when we started recording, the credits were actually rolling for Twilight Princess. Because, well, yeah. But anyway, well, maybe they had just ended shortly before it recorded. Anyway, so I defeated Twilight Princess specifically so I could bring up that I had finished it today, and I barely finished it before we started the episode. But I was committed, and I destroyed Ganondorf, and now I have completed 3 Zelda games. Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess. 3 of arguably the best Zelda games of all time. But, so, Link Between Worlds, though, I'm just struggling on the Ganon fight, so if anybody has tips on how to defeat, Yuga Ganon in, Link Between Worlds, tips would be greatly appreciated, because I am struggling on that. But
Did you
also,
look up a tutorial? Did you look up a tutorial?
I have.
Oh.
And that didn't really seem to help all that much. It was
Oh.
just like, just dodge the attack. And do this. And I'm like, I need more than that. Please. But,
Yeah.
also I've been playing a fair amount of Stardew, working on a relationship with an NPC. You know, the usual Stardew stuff. Trying to get me some blue chickens, if that helps any of you Stardew fans figure out who I'm working on a relationship with.
Oh, I was about to ask what character.
Shane.
I guess. Oh. What?
Who
Isn't he like... doesn't he have some bad backstory, like... Or the rough guy?
A good guy, because you help him realize true meaning of happiness.
Oh.
But also he gives you blue chickens. So that's nice.
But I want to be in a relationship with you so I can have your chickens.
Well, the thing is, though, is I think I probably will end up marrying him in the game.
I want to marry you so I can have your chickens.
Sure. Only reason why. Definitely not because any of the others are unattractive. But
Honestly,
anyway.
most of them are terrible in that game. Like, most of them are just like, yeah.
The girls, the bachelorettes, though, they're kind of also a little eh. Which is why you should play it with your friend, and then you should get together with
Marry
them
your
in the game instead. Definitely, yeah. Marry your crush in a video game.
Be like to him, hey, do you want to play Stardew?
Sure.
For reasons? Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
That's
Lazar,
what?
what have you been playing lately? Part. I mean, unless there's anything else you want to talk about that you've been playing.
That's a big, how long did Twilight Princess take to beat? Like, how many hours?
I think it was 26 hours.
Okay.
Because it has a little count thing, and I was at 25 when I started the fight, and when I started Hyrule Castle, and that probably took me an hour. Maybe 45 minutes. Because I was struggling on some of the fights. Which, that was one thing I loved, though, was it didn't... There's 4 phases to the Ganon fight. And I died a couple times on the second phase. And it didn't completely restart. Which was nice.
Oh.
And that was also comforting that if I had died in the 4th or 3rd phase, which I didn't, because I'm a great Zelda player, I just couldn't figure out how to get the 2nd phase, and then I was like, oh. But anyway, so the 3rd and 4th phase, though, I was like, oh, if I were to die during this, I'd be okay. Which was comforting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's it. How do we get into some news?
Okay.
So starting with the Pokémon Presents, because that came out before the Splatoon Direct. That was 8 days ago, as of recording this.
I think it was a month ago.
But 8 days ago, as of recording this, was the Pokémon Presents. So, first, so I'm looking at the world overview thing, which, was like the actual analyzation of it. But
like you're looking up in...
So this is from the official Pokemon YouTube channel, but it's the world overview trailer, not the full thing from the Pokemon Directs. Because honestly, the rest of the Pokemon Directs I could care less about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was listening to a few different people talk about that. Why do they have to every single, like, it's become a thing, and it's the same mobile games. It's not even new ones. It's the same ones. It's like, update here, update here, update here.
When are we getting Pokemon Sleep?
I know, like, if you're gonna just talk about mobile games, like, if you're just gonna make this, like, the longest ad for mobile games I've ever seen, then show me something new. Because I wanna know, like, there's gotta be people still playing these games, but who is playing Pokemon Masters? Who is playing, Cafe Remix? I mean, I know you talked about liking that game in the last episode we did, but...
Yeah, I play it from time to time.
But, like, I guess who's consistently, like, Pokemon Go, I get that. Like, Pokemon Go's never gonna die, and that game has a huge community. But all these other ones, it's like, just move on. Like, like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, me too, honestly. It's just kind of like, but The only thing that really stood out to me was the fact they were adding Pokemon Unite, and it was one other game to like the Pokemon Championships or whatever. But
Oh yeah, that they're holding Pokemon championships.
yeah, for now.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And I played quite a bit of Pokemon Unite last summer when that game came out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just got frustrated like
You're
that
so
game.
slow in it. That's the big thing that drives me crazy is how slow the Pokemon
Yeah.
are. If they were faster, I would play it a lot more. But they're just so agonizingly slow.
Yeah. So one thing I'm curious about because did you so it was in before Pokemon Masters, before it was like Red coming back or something, like when they had that CGI trailer or whatever, like on the snowy mountain.
Yeah.
I was listening to I think it was Nintendo Pals and All In was with them on their episode from last week. And they thought that it was gonna be like Let's Go Johto or something.
Well,
And
yeah, I
then
was watching Andros live, and it was like, let's go Johto. I was like, oh my gosh, it is Let's Go Johto. And then they're like, Red is joining Masters, and I'm like, what the heck, Pokemon?
yeah, I did not think that because I don't even think that thought went through my head because I was just like with Scarlet and I mean, I don't know. They release so many games now, you never know. But I was like with Scarlet and Violet coming out, why there's right now that wouldn't make sense, but then it was Pokemon Masters. I was like, are you kidding me? But anyway, I was curious if you thought that just because I heard others that were like, for sure it's Let's Go, and then it's like, no, it's not.
Well, I thought it was Let's Go was because Andros thought it was Let's Go. And I was like, oh, it could be Let's Go. And then it wasn't, and I was like...
Well, for the Scarlet and Violet, I forget who I was watching reacting to it. Like the last Pokemon Presents when Scarlet and Violet were announced.
Right.
That was so deceivingly looking like Detective Pikachu. That intro scene
me
before...
a little though, like Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm terrified of. And I was like, are they seriously gonna do a horror Pokemon game? And then thankfully it was Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, Detective Pikachu maybe? And I was like, I swear if they do a horror Pokemon game, I'm gonna quit the Pokemon franchise.
That would be really interesting and mostly disturbing because turning the Pokemon into something that causes jump scares, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. We want to
get...
Yeah.
I want to finally analyze this trailer. We're going on 38 minutes. And we haven't even gone to our main topic yet. We're turning into the thing we sought to destroy. We want longer episodes, but not 2-hour episodes. Well, I don't feel like trimming it, so...
You were like 1 hour. I'm like, why not 2 hours? So we gotta meet in the middle at 1.5.
We have to talk fast.
We're gonna start talking like it's fast the whole time.
I mean, people can just speed it up too, though, on like Apple Podcasts, if they really want to.
I know some people that legit listen to podcasts at 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed. I'm like, oh, that hurts my head. Like,
I've put people on 0.5 speed, and they sound so bad. Really funny.
I know.
It's like,
we should listen to ourselves.
Today's episode, we're gonna be talking about Pokemon. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I created? I wonder what I just said sounds like on 0.5 speed.
Yeah, we should listen to ourselves on 0.5 speed and like 2 times speed and see what we sound like. Yeah.
We sound
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay,
So,
Pokémon presents.
we're gonna just go straight to Scarlet and Violet part because we kind of already talked about the other.
Oh yeah.
But so, starting with, we are getting the legendaries hopefully soon towards the beginning of the game. Probably
Yeah.
after the first 1 or 2 acts of whichever, well, 3 stories you pick on. I know that's later in the trailer, but there's 3 different stories, which means there's 3 different kinds of, like, speed runs you could do, or, like, 3 different kinds of Nuzlockes you could do for this, which is cool. But I'm guessing you're probably gonna get it after, like, the first or second act, quote-unquote, act that you pick whenever doing it, and then you get the legendary.
So I'm wondering because basically you're gonna need them to traverse the world, right? So do you get them even before you start whatever story you choose to do? Or because all of them have to involve running around the world, right? For sure the gyms one. And whatever the other 2 are, they all have to involve. Like, I'm just so confused about how that's gonna work.
I just came up with an idea for what the other 2 are. One's probably like completing the Pokédex, but do you know what the other one could be since we haven't seen an evil team yet?
The treasure hunt.
The evil team.
You create the evil team?
You create the evil team, which is why you get the legendary at the beginning and not later on, is because you are the leader of the evil team who is using the legendary Pokemon to find the treasure to take over the world. Is this making any sense?
I mean, I never would have considered it, but it's all lining up. It's confirmed. You heard it here first. You are that would be such a great clickbait title. You are the evil team in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
That would be cool.
It would be. Well, stealing from, once again, I think it was the Nintendo Pals episode. I think they were saying that they think that I'm pretty sure they said they think one of them is also completing the Dex, which I think I've heard multiple people say. I think it's completing the Dex for one of the stories, which would make sense if it's like Pokemon Legends Arceus. And then the other thing that I hadn't considered that I heard was like, what if the treasure hunt thing, the people in charge of the treasure hunt thing actually are the evil team, like you find out, and then you have to like take them down or something? I don't know.
That would be cool. That would be cool. That was one thing that was really cool about Sword and Shield, was how it just came out of left field.
Yeah.
About who the bad guys. It was like, oh, Team Yellow's just somewhat bad and is there to annoy you. And then it's like, no, Rose is the bad guy. And I was like,
yeah.
Huh?
That story, it still hurts a little bit because it was so rushed and had so much potential. And then
the climax was somewhat rushed.
The climax is just, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's behind us. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is here.
Yeah, with their motorcycles. Which I was like, everyone's right. They were motorcycles. Which, here's my thing. Why does Koraidon, the Scarlet one, why does he tires but doesn't use them?
He runs when there's motorcycles. Oh, it's literally painful. Like, I literally might choose Pokemon Violet just because I couldn't handle riding on Koraidon's back and seeing tires under him that don't get used.
Well,
Why?
actually look at like the Pokédex entry on the website, it talks about how he uses them as buoys to help him float in water. He inflates them to help him float in water. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess I can see that. But so moving speaking of new Pokemon, we got a couple new Pokemon, one of which is adorable, and I don't care how weak it is, I'm having one on my team. Fido.
Oh yeah.
It might become an HM, well, probably not an HM slave since we got Miraidon and Koraidon. But Fido is so adorable.
I know. I love it so much.
It's a little cinnamon roll.
Oh my goodness.
And then
yeah.
And then we got Titan, which is a big bad boy.
Yeah, he's interesting. I don't really know how I feel about him. He's kind of cool, I guess. Wooper.
Wooper?
Paldean
talk more.
form. Okay, yeah.
The legend is back, guys. The legend is back. Go-Goat is back.
Oh, yes.
It took them,
and
let's see, 3 generations. 3. To bring the legend back. What's up with that?
Bring Go-Goat back?
Yeah.
I guess, oh. Well, it was, technically you could transfer it into Sun and Moon, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's 3 generations since X, Y, oh. Yeah, I mean, that's one cool thing about Scarlet and Violet is I feel like we're probably going to be seeing, like, most of the Pokemon that didn't make it into Sword and Shield and the expansions and stuff, we're probably going to be seeing in this game.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Like, just from the trailers and stuff, there's a lot of Pokemon that I feel like I haven't used in a while.
Yeah, and then next
yeah, go ahead.
And then next we saw the 4-player mode, which is actual co-op mode, which I'm very excited about. That sounds like fun. And then also the fact they fixed raid battles which raid battles returning is pretty cool. But the fact that they fixed them so you don't have to wait for other people, which makes me think about Pokemon Go with raid battles, how you don't have to wait for people. I was like, this is amazing. They did it. Pokemon, there's a bright future ahead. Also, the fact that you can race people across the overworld, I am probably going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Like, the raid battle, just, like, the amount of waiting that it used to be. Like,
oh my gosh, even with the timer.
Yeah. Like, even, because then they'd have to do their attacks, and then, I don't know if each attack is still gonna have its, like, that's one issue, is the attacks also have, like, super long animations and stuff.
Yeah.
Every time, and the Pokemon putting their shield up. Hopefully they speed up that process too, but it's still a plus to not have to wait.
Speaking of raid battles, Terrastalize.
Terrastalize, yeah. This is This is interesting.
Could have been better, in my opinion.
Did I show you? I can't remember where I saw this meme or who I showed it to,
This
but
is
it
the
was
ring
like,
pop meme.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen it where it's like these awesome Pokemon where they've got like these really cool crystals and it looks like Mega Evolution. And then that's the expectation, and then the reality is just a Persian with a ring pop on its head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not that it's horrible, it just could have been much better, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And that's another thing where I'm like, this must tie into the game somehow. Like one of the stories, or it has to mean something with the region and the lore, I feel like, because if not, it's kind of weird. It's what did you say?
Thinking, so I am thinking that what they might do is the legendaries later on in the game, the quote unquote treasure, is the legendaries unlocking a special form of terra crystallization, terrestrialization,
Yeah.
where they like change. Because if you actually look in the trailer, you'll see the legendaries like flipping their tails and feet and heads and stuff. And it like shows them, and I'm like, is that transforming into their possible terrestrialization forms?
Oh. Yeah.
But I'm like, that would be really cool.
Yeah. So for just like casually playing through the game, I'm curious how this Terra crystallization is going to work, but for like for playing against friends, I think it's going to be really cool how your Pokemon can it can be any type because there's rare Terra types
Yeah.
the Pokemon might normally turn into this type, but it has the potential to be this one and stuff like that, which is cool. I mean, because especially with Pokemon that can learn a big variety, have a big move pool variety where they can learn a lot of type moves that aren't necessarily their type, then you could just because then you would get stab, which is when a Pokemon uses a move that's their own type, it does a lot more damage than it normally would, or it's like a boosted percentage amount. So there's just a lot of potential for Terra crystallizing this Pokemon and then having it use this move, and then now it does more damage, and then now they use a move back, but now it's not very effective, and just all of that. So I think it's cool that they're doing that, because I think it might be more interesting than just Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing were, where it's just 3 turns and they just have these super powerful moves, but then it just goes away. Because isn't this for the rest of the battle? That
I believe it is.
So yeah, but then I'm guessing you can only do that one Pokemon you choose, and that's it, kind of like Mega Evolution.
Right. Well, we probably should keep going because we're almost to an hour. And we haven't even gone to our main topic yet. So we probably should dive into the Splatoon 3 Direct real quick.
Okay.
Which as of recording this, it dropped 2 days ago on this past Wednesday. Because we're recording this Friday.
I have lots of opinions for this one too. So watch.
So
I'm just
starting.
Kidding. Okay.
The big thing for me, the first big thing for me was the fact that you aren't going to be using money to buy weapons. Instead, you're using tickets.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, they fixed it. Because I would end up saving all my money to get weapons and then I couldn't buy clothing items.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is something I didn't even realize I needed.
I know, it's just gonna make everything it's gonna be so much better. I forget, how do you get these tickets? Through, like, it's through playing,
Battles.
right?
Yeah,
Through what?
playing battles. Pretty sure it's through
Yeah.
online battles.
Yeah, and then, yeah, so just through doing well in the game, hopefully you can get, like, way more weapons than you normally would, because I feel like what would end up happening for me is, so, like, dualies are basically my go-to, so I would just end up buying all of the different dualies with the different sub, um, whatever those things are called. I sound so
Different sub
knowledgeable.
weapons.
Sub, like
Subs and
the,
specials.
yes. Um, so I would experiment and buy other weapons too, but it was just like so much work to get all of that. And then for some reason I also was like trying to like collect all of the clothing items in Splatoon 2, which is a very expensive thing to do.
Anna, new Splatana looks epic. Also, the stringers.
Mhm.
So, I was watching some YouTubers. I don't remember, it was various YouTubers bringing it up. But, on the Japanese Nintendo page, they dropped an image of another Splatana that is a chainsaw. So now you can
Whoa.
destroy your enemies with an inked chainsaw, basically.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Fun times.
Try and get like a chainsaw. That song.
But on the topic of weapons and Sheldon is still the only person who can keep a job.
I know, right?
Nobody else is able to keep their job. I'm like, does something happen to them? Is there something you're not telling us, Nintendo?
Well, did all those people change? Sheldon was in Splatoon 1, but what about all the other clothing item people? Were they the same in Splatoon 1 and 2?
No.
Okay.
They were different people. They've been different people across all 3 games.
Okay.
Except for Sheldon. Which I'm like, granted, they are moving stores, so Sheldon's probably just moving to the new, hottest Inkling location to sell weapons.
Yeah.
But at the same time, It's kind of like stuff seems to have died off in the previous towns. So I wonder if they're still doing, like, other people are still doing stuff in the other towns, but Sheldon's trying to stay in business. Because, I mean, you'll always need clothing items and want to go shopping for clothing items, but guns you aren't always, and weapons you're not always going to want to go shopping for. But
yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know you follow the story and all that stuff a lot more than I do, so I wasn't sure if there's like a lore reason for it changing every time. I mean, I figured with the main, like there was the Squid Sisters and then Off the Hook, and now I forget what they call themselves. The new 3. I think they have some sort of group name.
Yeah, they do. Called, like, Tide. It deals with Tide. Like Tide Pods. I want to say it's Riptide.
That sounds right. I'm looking at the trailer right now. But anyway, I know that's for the story.
Deep Cut.
Oh, Deep Cut. Okay.
Deep Tide. It's Deep Cut.
Oh, okay.
And all they say is see ya. And I'm like, how is that any cool? And she just left. And she's back.
Wait, I'm back. Well, I don't know what happened.
I was like, did your internet cut out?
I don't know, because the trailer kept going and then Discord just completely crashed.
Oh, same computer.
Because I'm looking at the the Splatoon 3 Direct on one screen, and then I have Discord open talking to you, so I don't know. I don't know what happened, but luckily it didn't mess yours up, so the episode's still going, so
Yeah.
okay.
Hopefully it's still recording you. That would be horrible. I think it is, though, because I feel like this happened last time, didn't it?
Yeah, really similar thing. So I don't know.
I think we're fine, because the audio was fine on the last episode. So
yeah.
I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So next, we can talk about Deep Cut later on. I feel like more towards the end, but of discussing the direct. So next, Merch grew up. For those who don't know, Merch is the one who helps you, like, who will buy you outfits that you like that other people have, and will also do the ability chunks and sea urchins and all that. He was young in Splatoon 2, and now he's like older teenager in Splatoon 3, which makes me think how much time has actually passed since Splatoon 2. Granted, the Split Sisters don't look old in Splatoon, and Agent 3 doesn't look that old. But, well, former Agent doesn't look that old.
Yeah, it'd have to be like 10 years, but at the same time...
might age differently, though, is what I'm thinking, too.
Oh, yeah. You never know, what, like, squids could age slower or faster, and yeah I don't know. So it's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. Next is Ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
He's anyway. So next is Ghosts, which are awesome, and the fact that you can drop into a friend's battle while they're battling is amazing. Also, the fact that you can create a team to fight with other players, that is also amazing, because that's something that I was like, oh, are we going to be a team? Oh, is Splatoon going to be nice to us? Are we going to be able to fight as a team against the other players? And then it'll sometimes be, yes, all of us get to be on the team. Most of the time it's 2 people on one team and then 1 person on the other team, or 2 on one team and 2 on the other team. But I'm like, the fact that you can now be a full team together and then choose to fight other people is amazing. And then also, like I said, Ghosts, and the fact you can drop in on other people is awesome, too. But,
yeah, this is huge. Like, honestly, if there was anything I wanted Splatoon 3 to do, it would just be to improve the way that matchmaking with friends works and stuff, because it was so painful in Splatoon 2, like, excruciating. Like, one person would jump in and then everyone else would just have to, like, hope that the lobby would open up, and it could take several rounds, and each match is like 3 or 4 minutes. It's like, so I'm beyond excited that they... Yeah.
And then we go into Battle Rewind, which I was like, YouTubers are going to love this. But, which I saw a couple YouTubers like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for videos. Now I can get other perspectives. Which is another thing I'm thinking of, is now I can see what, like, the other team or my teammates were, like, doing and how they were playing it, and then possibly get better. So, Battle Rewind, mainly beneficial to YouTubers. And then we got lockers, which I'm very excited about. Not apartments, but I mean, I feel like lockers are pretty good. What do you think?
It's cool. It's cool, but it's kind of just... It's just a random... It just came out of nowhere. It was like, oh, you can design this locker. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll touch it, like, once. Like, I'll mess around and put stuff in, and then I just won't go back to it. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's interesting and there's a lot of different cool things to unlock. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the next thing the card game?
Next is the emotes, and then the card game, which that and the Macarena somehow survived the human apocalypse.
Yeah. I
Somehow
thought
they
that
wrote.
was
Somehow they figured out that humans love dabbing and doing the Macarena, and then the squids and octopi were like, "Oh my gosh, this is perfect." So, and then table turf battles, which is Tetris, Pokemon combined for me.
Pokemon? I mean, okay, yeah, I guess kind of.
Pokemon because it's a card game and you have to collect the cards, but then it's Tetris in the sense it's blocked.
Yeah, I think this has a lot of potential for being a really interesting side mode to play against people. Like, it seems like there could be a lot of strategy
Yeah. Next
to this.
is yeah. We need to get going.
I know.
But so
Sorry.
Salmon, let me know if you have anything to add. I'm just gonna go through it. Salmon King Salmonids plural, which makes me think Kohozuna isn't the only King Salmonid encounter we can get. Then story mode, which I'm excited about.
About Salmon Run. You can it confirmed on the website now you can play at any time of day with friends or with
awesome.
Yeah. So
that's gonna
it was
be
a little
so nice.
It's a little vague. I'd pull it up if I could find it. But it did say, well, on two different sources I saw it said that you can play now at any time, so you don't, because like your work shift and whatever used to be like it'd be open sometimes at this time, and it was a mess. So I think they fixed
Every
that.
2 hours, it would be open or closed.
Yeah.
And then story.
So yeah.
Sitting on story mode. Also, you are the new Agent 3. The Agent 3 from Splatoon 1 is retired and is now referred to as Captain. I was like, are we going to get Agent 7? Splatoon 3? Which I'm thinking that in the paid DLC is when we're going to get Agent 7. But, so, you are the new Agent 3, Octo expansion, as well as Splatoon 2 story mode designed levels. So not only are they doing the traditional Splatoon story mode themed levels, but also they're having Octo expansion themed levels. I could tell by pausing it, and they would have a couple of them were like the same as you going through the out of the train station. And then also they had ones where you only used a special weapon, it looked like. And then there was also ones where and then also it was a pen rather than a mini Zapfish that you had to grab. So, also they announced that Splatoon 3 is in fact the last game in the Splatoon series, which is a little sad, but they announced as part of the story mode, hopefully you can join us for the finale of the of this amazing saga. And I was like, what? It's ending? But
I don't believe that. I just don't, because Splatoon 2 is in the top 10 selling Switch games of, I'm pretty sure it's like it was like 13 million units or something crazy.
I'm sure it is too,
And
yeah.
this game's gonna be extremely successful. I don't know, like, on the next console, we've got to be getting something Splatoon. Like, maybe the story, maybe every character is completely different. I don't know, but I don't believe that Splatoon's over. I just don't.
It could be a prequel, like Callie and Marie backstory, or it could be the original Octarians versus the Inklings battle. Like the Great Turret War, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's the next thing?
Photo mode, which I was hearing it'll be great for thumbnails, and they'll never have to do YouTube thumbnails again.
Okay.
And then
I was just gonna
yeah.
I was just gonna mention when it came to the DLC. I don't know if they didn't say anything more about that. But I have no doubt that Splatoon 3 is a full game in every aspect. It looks amazing, but I don't like this announcing that a game's gonna have DLC before the first games even come out. Like that just looks bad to me. Like, okay, like
Xenoblade
we're trying to
Chronicles 3 also got DLC, so
I know, but it just looks like it looks like they're half baking. It looks like
yeah, it's an
here's
unfinished game.
part of the game. Here's part of the game, and then pay more to get the rest. I think I have no doubt that the DLC is going to be on the same quality as the Octo expansion because I know how Nintendo does things, but I do think it looks bad that they've already said it. So that's
Yeah.
just what I wanted to.
Which one thing that I was like, oh man, about the DLC is they had a silhouette of Pearl and Marina, which I'm like, they're getting off the hook in the DLC, so it's probably going to be dealing with them. But also,
Yeah.
like I said, are we finally getting Agent 7 in the DLC? New idols, everyone but Fry is cool. Which honestly, the more I look at them, the more they grow on me. And Fry's kind of been growing on me. But the thing is that you have to think about is when Pearl was initially announced, everyone was freaking out about how big her forehead was. And they were, Nintendo, in their comedic way of thinking, were like, oh, you think Pearl's forehead was big? We're gonna make it bigger. Which also, the way Fry's ears are, I'm like, are they gonna talk about that at all? Like, there's a theory that I've seen some discussion about called the cuddling fairy theory, where Callie, Marie, Pearl, and possibly Fry are all cuddlings based off of cuttlefish rather than inklings based off of squids, which deals with Cap and cuttlefish, and is why Pearl, Callie, and Marie all grew up so fast and didn't look like children inklings when they were, children, and they actually looked like what they look like now, rather than, like, more squid-like, which is what young squid inklings apparently look like, but I'm like, are they going to talk about that? Or I was thinking that maybe she's supposed to be a shark, which would be cool, but Shiver is an Octolink, I'm pretty sure. Also, so Shiver, I do like. I kind of do like how she's somewhat of like a shady vampire sort of deal. Big Man. Big Man is where it's at, guys.
Yes.
They added a stingray, which is arguably the best fish ever, to Splatoon. And not only is he just a character, he is the first male idol, and possibly the only male idol we will be getting in the Splatoon series. And also, they made it 3 idols, and on top of that, he's the first idol that isn't a inkling, cuddling, or octoling. Which is pretty cool. Representation, guys. Team Scissors, which that's another thing I want to talk about in a little bit, but Sea Cucumber phones. They listen to us. Sea Cucumber phones. Now you can just have the audio and the text going in the top left corner rather than having to sit through it every time you want to open the game, or every 2 hours if you're playing for that long.
Oh my gosh. That was the other thing about Splatoon 2.
Amazing.
Having to mash A as fast as I could to just get to the game, because I don't care anymore what Pearl and Marina had to say to me. I just wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes.
Just let me grind Octo expansion already. But Splatfest's returning, which I'm not surprised they're returning. I'm glad they are though. And then pre-release Splatfest, which I have already registered for it to download for me, but it's only going to be a 12-hour Splatfest, which I have heard that it is confirmed that the Splatoon 3 Splatfest, all of them will be 48-hour Splatfests. But the fact that they're doing a pre-release Splatfest, which is coming out later this month, is huge, and I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. Also, the fact that it's on a Saturday is also really big for me, so that I can actually play it. But, so, anything else you want to point out before we dive into our topic?
Well, we've got to mention the fact with Turf War in the Splatfest being 3 ways.
Yes, that's amazing.
Like, what? 3-team Splatoon? What? Okay, rock, paper, or scissors?
Well, obviously scissors. Definitely not paper.
No. Why?
It's not paper.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, is I like to go for the less popular team. Not because, yes, the less popular team it used to be that the less popular team would always win, because the more popular team would end up having to battle against each other all the time because of matchmaking and the way it worked in Splatoon 2, because there wouldn't be enough people. So, but I also just like to support the underdog. So I was originally going to go for scissors, but then I saw a poll, and paper is vastly behind rock and scissors. So I was like, I need to support paper. So paper.
In charge of paper.
So what about paper?
It's because paper is Fry's team.
Oh, no. Is scissors big man?
Scissors is big man, and rock is shiver.
No.
You're not going to support big man?
Well, but what, am I going to have to choose the third one every single time? Because the big man team's always going to win.
They're
always going to lose because it's going to be the most popular. No, you know what? I despise Fry at the moment. That maybe she'll grow on me, but I don't know. But paper for now, because yes.
Good deal. So now how about we finally get into our topic? How about we finally get into our topic? We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. How about we finally get into our topic?
This won't take us too long.
It's only top 10 regional Pokemon variants.
Personally, I didn't have any honorable mentions because
I think 5, which I'm sure are yours.
I was gonna say because I feel like whatever isn't on my list that's on your list would have probably been an honorable mention anyway. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So okay. Do you want to go first for number 10?
Sure. Okay. Switching gears back to Pokemon. We should have done Splatoon and then Pokemon. That would have made so much more sense.
It would have made more sense, but oh well.
Oh well. We're working on the transitions. We'll get there. Okay. Number 10. Hisuian Samurott.
Oh, I didn't even have that one anywhere, but...
Wow. I did have...
So I have to...
I didn't...
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, that one I do like. I did almost have that as an honorable mention. I do like what they did with the black on it and everything.
I didn't have any of the other starters, the other Hisuian final starters on my list. I liked Samurott the most out of them. I know, he's cool. Listeners, she just showed a picture of him. Anyway. Yeah. So basically it's kind of just the regular Samurott but cooler. With why are you doing the Macarena? Am I this boring? I'm just kidding.
Well, there isn't too much to say about him, I guess.
My close other top number 10, I guess it would be an honorable mention, was Hisuian, what's Cyndaquil's final evolution? Typhlosion? No, Typhlosion?
Typhlosion. It is Typhlosion.
Okay, I was thinking that was a different.
Is its mid-evolution. Yeah, Typhlosion,
Mhm.
that one, he looks like a goth kid.
I just really don't like Hisuian Decidueye.
I really like Hisuian Decidueye.
I feel like I mean, he's not that bad. He's
not
just
an
not as
honorable
cool as.
mention, but I do like him. He isn't even on the top 10, but I do like him.
I mean, for the most part, all regional variants are good, except I feel like the two that are least favorites, the Slowpoke and Persian.
Yeah.
I feel like the rest I like. What's your
My
number 10?
Paldean Wooper.
Okay.
He's number 10 just because there were others that I liked better, but I felt like I wanted to have it on the list. It looks like it has bones sticking out of its head. It looks like a pile of mud with bones sticking out of its head. I do prefer it to the normal Wooper variant, but I don't know. It's cute. It is very cute, but eh.
Yeah. It's not even on my top 10 either, but I mean, at first I was like, "Oh, it's weird. It's mud with bones." But then when Liz showed us how it looks more like a real axolotl. I was like, "Yeah, okay. That's kind of cool." Since that's what it's based off of anyway.
Yeah. An axolotl.
Yeah. My number 9?
Number 9.
Or did you?
You go for number 9. We need to get through this fast so we don't hit 2 hours.
Galarian Zapdos.
That one wasn't even honorable mention for me. He was my least favorite out of the Galarian legendary birds, honestly.
Really? He was my favorite.
Yeah.
I think. Wait. Yes. I don't think the other ones even made it on my list. I moved stuff around a lot. I was very indecisive. But yeah, Galarian. Well, I think the reason I like him the most is just because of how much he changes from the regular, because now he's like a Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Or ostrich or something. And he looks cool. Yeah.
Keeping in line with the legendary birds, my number 9 is Galarian Articuno, mainly because it looks like the original Articuno and an Angry Bird had a baby.
Yes.
So
I remember
the space
the
Angry Bird. Because it looks
Yes.
so much like the space Angry Bird, the one that's supposed to be the really fast one. That looks like Zapdos almost.
Yes.
It looks like normal Articuno and the Angry Bird had a baby, and I was like, that's the main reason. Is just because it looks the memes. But so number 8. What's your number 8?
Galarian Slowbro. Imagine if it was Slowpoke. That would be funny. No, it's Galarian.
That would greatly disappoint me.
No, I think Galarian Slowbro is cool. Yeah, the tail coming cannon arm. I like this color scheme a lot. Those shades of purple are like my favorite colors. So,
can you hear the water running?
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. My number 8 is the French mouse, Alolan Rattata.
Yeah.
Not Raticate. I don't like Alolan Raticate, but Alolan Rattata is so cute.
Yeah.
Little French mouse. But,
yeah.
Not too much to talk about him other than he's a French mouse. So, number 7. What's your number 7?
Hisuian Growlithe. For
Okay.
similar reasons, mainly just because he's adorable.
Yeah, he
And
is pretty adorable.
I mean, I already loved Growlithe, and I just really love Hisui and Growlithe. Yeah.
Keeping in the mood of the Hisui region, my number 7 is the Marshmallow himself, Hisuian, Hisuian Zorua. There's a
Okay.
wolf spider approaching me.
You're gonna be seeing this one again on my list.
Marshmallow. Callie, go kill the wolf
Yes.
spider. I'm trying to tell my cat to go kill this wolf spider.
Oh. If it was me, I would be like, I would have like thrown my computer in the air
Well,
and
it's
the
like a
show would
yard
be
away
over.
from me.
That's good. Hopefully you don't die. I'm just kidding.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna go ask somebody to come take care of it while I'm recording.
Oh, like you're texting someone in your house?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hey, that's what family's for, right? Killing wolf spiders
Yeah.
when you're in the middle of recording a podcast. So, number 6. What's your number 6? We need to get through this fast so I can kill the wolf
Okay.
spider.
Lowland Marowak.
Oh, we're gonna see him again.
Oh, yeah. He's
You have
just
him
so
much
cool. He's got the bone torches and he's
fire sword.
yeah, Kiawe's signature and Sun and Moon. That trial was a really fun one. That was probably my favorite. Really? I mean,
I struggled on the last part. I had Lynn had evolved to Torracat, but I was struggling because I had no other strong Pokemon.
Well, the other funny part about that trial is the guy that photobombs the picture and then he just becomes center stage.
Yeah.
When it's like guess the difference or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. That was great. Good times. You're number 6, right?
Yes. Originally from the Hoenn region, Galarian Zigzagoon. I thought it was cool what they did with stars. But,
Yeah.
I only liked Zigzagoon's my favorite. Definitely not because I used it as an HM's. Damn. I made the mistake of putting an HM on my, starter.
In which game?
Alpha Sapphire.
Oh.
In my first playthrough, I made Mudkip my surfing buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Well, and then I was stuck when I was doing it with Torchic because I didn't realize Zigzagoon could learn surf. But
Funny.
So anyway, yeah, Galarian Zigzagoon. So what's your number 5?
Galarian Ponyta.
That one. That is my number 4. I'll just say it now. That was my number 4.
Pretty close. I mean, it looks like a My Little Pony, which I love. And
yeah.
And it so it looks like it's really cute. And I remember when they announced it, they did this 24-hour live stream of that forest, and then it just popped in randomly at different times, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" That was an obnoxiously long stream just to show that Pokemon. But anyway, Beth looks slightly busy, so I'm just going to keep talking about how Galarian Ponyta is so much better than Galarian Rapidash. Like, I was so excited for them to reveal Galarian Rapidash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's wrong with it. But
I like Galarian Rapidash this much.
It's just weird. It's off. Something about it's off. I don't know. But anyway, you're back. So, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Hisuian Braviary. I really like what they did with the flaming eyebrows.
Yeah, that one's also higher on my list. So, I really like it too.
Yeah, and then I'll just say it now. My number 4 was again Galarian Ponyta. So what was your number 4?
Alolan Raichu.
Okay, yeah, I had that one as a honorable mention.
I mean, it's really. I mean, it's a callback to Surfing Pikachu, and
Yeah,
it hoverboards on its tail. I mean, what more could you want?
yeah, I do like that
um,
fact.
I mean, at first, I remember when I first saw it, I was kind of like weirded out by it, but it's definitely grown on me over the years. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, me too.
Did you have
Like,
anything else about Ponyta?
I liked how it looks like cotton candy, and then the whole My
Yeah,
Little Pony thing. But
yeah.
so then on to number 3. I'll just say it now. Alolan Marowak,
Okay,
which we
mine
were talking
is
about.
Hisuian Braviary,
Okay, good
which
deal.
was on your list.
Mhm.
Just really cool. I mean, Braviary, I think Braviary is already was one of my favorite Pokemon. Um, one of my favorite birds for sure from
Definitely
the
one of the
different
cooler
regions.
birds.
Yeah. In this one, I like its color scheme. I still like the original Braviary more just because of the colors, like it's Indian, Native American theme going on with regular Braviary, and then Hisuian Braviary is cool too, though. So that's why it's on. That's why it's my number 3 because I think it's
Yeah,
definitely one of the coolest.
and then number 3. And now, what's your number 2?
Um. So okay, my number 1 and 2 were both cheating a little bit because I have both um Pokemon from the evolution in it because I just couldn't say I liked one more than the other. So my number 2 is Hisuian Zorua and Zoroark
Oh.
because I love I love both of them so much that I just had to clump them together because
I didn't like
Hisuian's
Zoroark so much because it looks interesting.
yeah, I mean Zorua's cuter, but I think Zoroark is just cool. I it's kind of crazy and a little rabid looking, but yeah.
Just a little rabbit. So next, I guess I can say my number 2 and number 1. My number 2 is Hisuian Arcanine. I really like what they did with it and how they made it look like darker and what they did with like the plates and they made it look like a shield. My number 1, I'm actually surprised this wasn't even on your list. Because I know how much
Wait,
you adore this Pokemon.
I still have my number 1. I still have my number
Oh,
1.
you clumped them together. So what's your number 1? I'm sure we have the same
Yes.
number 1 then. How about we say it on
Alolan
the count of 3?
well, it's okay, but I have both parts of its evolution. So
Why
is
do
yours the
you
first
have
or the
both?
second?
Mine's Golden
Okay, well the
Ninetales because
second
it's
one
way better,
okay. Is it though? I mean, it
way more
is, but
majestic.
I mean, but Vulpix is so cute. That's why I was like, ah. But yes, Alolan Ninetales, I would still, at one point I said it was, and I still believe that it is my favorite Pokemon. Um, tied with Riolu, um, which my My internet name that everyone knows me by on Discord is Purple Riolu, and I love
Right.
Riolu, but I also love Alolan Ninetales just as much. But if I said Purple Alolan Ninetales, that would be the longest name you've ever heard of. So
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not just kidding, but I really like Alolan Ninetales too, because it is like the most majestic looking Pokemon.
So, quickly, some of my other honorable mentions, and I'll say why. I have Alolan Exeggutor, because they made it really tall. Hisuian Basculin, because they made it have the white stripe. Which then you have red, white, and blue, which I didn't realize Sinnoh was based off of America until after that.
Wait,
But,
Sinnoh? Wait,
Sinnoh's
no.
based off of America.
Sinnoh is based off of part of Japan.
It was based off of America, sweetie.
Oh wait, you're talking about Basculin though, right?
Hmm?
Basculin is
Oh,
from
wait.
Unova.
Wait, oh, wait, no, it's Unova. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I'm getting Pokemon. Yes. I knew it was based off of a region. The reason it was white was to reference America. Sorry, yes, Unova. You're right. Sinnoh is based off of Japan. I'm sorry.
But,
You are right.
but
Unova
Basculin
is based off of American.
Yeah. So that, yeah.
America, red, white, and blue, America.
Mm-hmm.
But, Hisui and Milligant, because I really liked how they changed it to be more like the dancer. Like more of a, ballerina dancer. Then Hisui and Voltorb, because they made it out of wooden to look like the old Pokeballs. And it's so cute and is smiling, and it looks like it just fun. Can't help feel bad for it that it's gonna have to explode. And then Galarian Moltres, because it looks like KFC that was in the oven too long. Because Moltres is KFC, and then Galarian Moltres is extra toasty KFC.
Have you seen there's like this chicken toy?
Yes, I have seen it.
That it looks, yes.
And then also, quick note, when researching this topic, I wanted to say this at the beginning and then forgot. I thought this was going to be so hard to do. There are 55 total regional variants, including Paldean and Looper. I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize there were that many either, but when you were like, I don't know if we can even do a top 10, I was like, are you sure?
I mean, now I'm sure we could do a top 25.
We didn't even we overlapped with some of the Pokemon, but like not that much compared to other lists we've done, I feel like. So yeah.
So with that has been today's The Gamer Girl Podcast episode. Go shoot us an email at thegamergirlpodcast@gmail.com. Go check out our Instagram at The Gamer Girl Podcast. Go
join the
check
Discord.
out our website, link in the description. Yes, join the Discord so you can send questions. Thanks again to Andros and Presto for doing that. Go leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Go leave a 5-star review on Podchaser. Go leave a 5-star rating on Spotify.
We'll take duplicate 5-star reviews. If you want to 5-star review us on every platform, yeah.
So go leave us those 5-star reviews, because it helps other people find this wonderful podcast that you enjoy so much. But, I think that's all the links and stuff to go over, but, also, go leave a subscribe on YouTube, hit the like button, and go hit that bell so you don't miss when we post episodes in the future. Also, we're talking about possibly starting a Twitch and streaming without showing our faces, because we're podcasts and that's part of the mystery. Is guessing what we actually look like. But, we've thought about streaming these episodes, so once I get the Twitch
Yeah.
set up, and we might end up doing that, go leave us a follow on Twitch. Also thinking
That'd be
about
fun.
doing some merch in a Patreon page. So if you really want to support us that badly, I mean, if you support us, we could potentially support you if you have a podcast.
Yeah. We
But,
don't we want to be the best, but we also want to support everyone. It's like a nice circle, but we're at the top.
yeah. It's like the round table, but in reality, there's one spot you want to be close to, and we're the spot you want to be close to. So, we barely didn't hit 2 hours, it's looking like. But, which is crazy. Like 10 minutes, 20 minutes? 20 minutes short of being a 2-hour episode.
Hey,
Guys,
I
stay on
was close
top of
then.
it.
I was close then. I said I bet we'll go for an hour and a half, and with considering it's me here, the fact that we went 10 minutes, only 10 minutes over, is quite an accomplishment.
Yes. quite the accomplishment. So, this has been the Gamer Girl Podcast. Thank you for listening, and tune in for future and past and present episodes. I have been your host, Elizabeth, with my co-host, Maddie. Go leave us everything. Go do everything we told you to. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, morning, etc. Any closing remarks, Maddie?
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yes, you do gotta catch them all, and you gotta follow all the podcasts. But
oh yeah,
this,
gotta listen to it all. That should
gotta
be
listen
that
to it
should
all.
be that should be our normal thing. We should just say gotta listen to it all.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all.